Welcome to Christmas in fucking June, aka the Balking Dead, guys. And I'm Sharpie's Bets, and I'm still your host. And this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks, use promo code PUBSports. Why? Because your first match deposit up to $100, they will match deposit it for you. So, do us a favor, do you a favor, roll it over one or two times, make some money. So this show's about monies, guys, at the end of the day. So how did we do yesterday? Quick little recap. Didn't do so hot on props, but if you would have watched the show, you would have listened to me and probably not have bet it, but I bet it before the show. But like I said, on the show, I didn't hammer it yet because I really wanted Soto out the lineup with running Wheeler. Soto was there. I still had my bet in, and in 8 innings, only having 3 strikeouts with 84 pitches. Yes, should he have gone back out there? Do I understand why the coach didn't? I understand it. It's baseball. He had numerous of opportunities. And I don't make fucking excuses because excuses aren't just now they're like assholes, dude. Everybody has one. So yeah, so shout out to the chat guys. Smash the fucking like button if you haven't. And let's just get to the monies. Hitting prop wise, once again, I got fucked in the same game by running Hoskins 3+ hits, runs, RBIs at minus 122. Why did I get fucked? Because they ran the score up so quick that he was out the fucking game. Out the damn game before I knew what was good for me. So it is what it is. Life's a bitch, then you marry one, and then you get on to today and you just keep making money. So I really can't find the live stream on YouTube. I've been looking for it to talk to the chat. Can't find it, so we're just gonna keep rolling. Is what it is. I hope you guys are out there. So Billy, what's up with the chat on YouTube? I don't see our show on Pub Sports one bit. There we go. Somebody's here.
No,
Well,
I'm here.
all right. Well, my computer's screwed. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see nothing. So we're gonna talk monies and get to these props. Let's get to it. Prize picks, we went 3-0 yesterday. Perez over 4 strikeouts. He had 5. Hoskins over 1.5 bases. He got a Dubskis and Kirby over 24.5 fantasy score. Dude, the Angels just fucking can't hit righties. They can't hit lefties. So gotta pick on them with the right type of people. We're going to talk about 2 games today, guys, and then we're going to get into some pitching breakdowns. Like, I broke down 6 pitchers, 2 bet K props. Might as well as talk about them. I gave 3 out on the show, and after digging into some more, we got a fucking 4th one that I bet, guys. So there's another one. Tune on in, guys. I'm going to get to it. But yeah, shout out to you guys, and let's get to the monies. There's the show. It's live. First game we're going to talk about Cardinals at the Red Sox. Wainwright is 5-4 with a 2.84 ERA and 12 starts. He's been a fucking beast all year. Usually, as of last year, I like to look to play on this guy at home. And this year, he has a fucking home ERA of 2.6 and a road of 3. So he's been a beast everywhere. Last year, it was a run difference at home compared to the road. And that's a spot where I just like to back Wainwright. Since May 1st, he has not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any fucking game, and now he gets one of the hottest hitting teams in all of baseball. Last 4 years, last year he played 4 games versus the American League. He was 4-0 with a 2.89 ERA, and he went 7 innings in every game. So Wainwright, first time seeing him, he's something home to write home about, guys. He's a fucking beast, and yeah. He's going up against a team that is walking 7.3% of the time, 19th in the league. They're not striking out 20% of the time, at 21st in the league, with a 268 average and a 751 OPS. That is 7th and 10th, respectively, with an isolated power of 150. So the Red Sox are smashing. We already know that, guys. And I think Wainwright, it really has to do with Wainwright's curveball. Is it on or not? Last time it wasn't on, he had 0 strikeouts. When it is on, he has 7 to 10. I'm not willing to take the risk if his curveball is working. I know he doesn't have overpowering stuff, and he's going to rely on spinning the ball and tricking hitters, guys, at the end of the day. And that's when we're going to get into a hitting prop later. His K prop for Wainwright is 5+ at plus 114. They're giving you a 4 on Prize Picks at minus 186. His fantasy score is at 25.5. I'd actually look at running his fantasy score over if you're looking at him I know the Red Sox kill, but Wainwright last year, like I said, 4 games versus the American League, he went 7 innings each game. This guy is a fucking beast. He does know how to pitch. He knows how to get out of bad situations. He's a legit pitcher, guys. So on the other hand, we got Michael Wacha, 4-1 with a 2.3 ERA. Both of these guys have been studs this year, guys. He's coming off of his second beating of the year, this time versus the Mariners. Well, let's go back to the last 2 years. He's had an issue with those Mariners, guys. So it's not that of a big of a coincidence that is 2 times this year that he's gotten the shit kicked out of him. We're versus teams that's had his numbers in the past, and that was the Mariners and the White Sox. Those are the 2 teams who got to him this year. And they've gotten to him in the previous years. So, is what it is. I like to look at how'd you do the year before and the year prior when I'm looking at pitchers. And why not look at bats too? And they just raked that guy. So we get into Wacha last year, 2 games versus the National League, and he got fucking shelled both games. So not much to write home about that. How are these St. Louis Cardinals? They're 11th in the league in walk percentage at 8.3. They're 19% strikeout percentage at 23rd in the league. They don't strike out. 262 average with a 756 OPS. 11th and 9th. They're humming too, just like the Red Sox. Isolated power at 163. They do have Wacha's K prop at 4+ at plus 102. It's at 3.5 on Prize Picks and 22.5 fantasy score. Do I expect a bounce back from Wacha? Yes, I do. But I'm not betting him today personally. These bats on both sides are legit. Good pitching does beat good hitting. I get that. But wind's blowing out. These 2 teams are humming. I think it's in for a long day. Then you get into the bullpens. There's a big difference over the last 30 days. Red Sox have a 2.74 ERA. They're 6th in the league. And the Cards pen have a 4.22 ERA. They're 18th in the league. So no run first inning is at a pick 'em, a straight even money. You decide what you want. And that means they don't really know, guys. At the end of the day, you have 2 stud pitchers going against 2 stud lineups. Good pitching does beat good hitting. But once again, neither of these guys have overpowering pitching. They do rely on ground balls. They do rely on good pitch, like hitting their spots. So we'll see if you can hit your spots versus these teams that are looking for their spots hitting. So good, best of luck to both of them today. What I am going to look at though is you cannot ignore. I know 5 at bats is not a big sample size, and we're going to preach that. But when you have 2 home runs off of a guy and 5 at bats like Arenado does, you got to look at that. Well, look a little deeper, and he hasn't seen Michael Wacha in over 3 years, guys. So I couldn't even find when he hit these home runs. I'm going to guess they were in Colorado when Wacha pitched with the fucking Cardinals. So at the end of the day, that was so long ago, I can't take too much into it. Not enough at bats for me personally. What I am going to bet on Prize Picks, guys, is we're going to take 2+ bases minus 139 for Rafael Devers. It's a little too juicy for me to bet heads up, but definitely will be on some of my prop parlays I do on my book. I definitely will be using Devers today. And he's on my Prize Picks. Why? He crushes lefties and righties. We get it, guys. But he definitely crushes righties. And I've called a few times dudes have hit home runs off Wainwright. Devers will spit on his curveball, guys. He's going to spit on it. And the one time he fucking just lets it all go, that it's either bouncing off the green monster or it's going over. So give me his 2+ bases is at minus 139 versus lefties. He's batting 314. Righties, he's batting 335. His slugging goes up from a 543 to a absurd 638 versus righties. And he has a great 900 OPS versus lefties, and it jumps up to 1,000 versus righties. So left-handed bat, loves him some right-handed pitching, loves him some left-handed pitching. If they don't super get to Wainwright, he does go 6-7 innings. I still see a double. If not, we've got action at a bullpen. That hasn't been so good over the last month. So sign me up for 2+ bases, please and thank you. And then let's get into the next game. Shout out to the chat, guys. 17 live, only 16 likes. Smash the fucking like button, hit the share, hit the retweet, and yeah, people don't want to jump in because I give my picks out beforehand. What does that mean? It means I just won't give them out beforehand anymore. All right, guys, next game up. White Sox at the Astros. Lucas Giolito versus Framer Valdez. My guys. Giolito's 4-2 with a 3.88 ERA, 70 strikeouts, and 53 innings of work. He does have a whip of 1.44. Damn. Digging through some of his numbers, guys, he's averaging 1.5 strikeouts on the road per inning. Like, that is some absurd numbers. We've been on him on the road a few times this year, and he's cashed for us. I'm going to have to stay off of him, guys. I mean, last year he did have a complete game, 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts versus these Astros. And then in the playoffs, he got fucking smoked. So, which one are you going to get today? I can hear you if you want to be on Giolito's K prop at 6+. If you do want to run a strikeout prop, it is a right-handed pitcher versus these Astros. You're not going to be too profitable running left-handed pitchers versus these Astros. So definitely look towards the right-handed side and just keep it going if you want to run strikeout props. Me personally, I can't. The Astros are walking at an 11.5%, second in the league. 18.5 strikeout percentage, but once again, numbers don't mean everything, guys. 257 average, 768 OPS. That is a 14th average and 8th OPS with an isolated power of 157. So they're hitting the ball. They're just not really crushing the ball like we're used to. So which Giolito do we get? The Giolito that no-hit this team? Or the Giolito that got rolled up and smoked like a fucking doobie? So that's the question that we need to answer, and I'm not willing to risk my money on Giolito's K-prop personally. They have it at 6+ at even money, 5 on prize picks at -179, and a 33.5 fantasy score. I really don't know. He could go out and have a great game, or he can get fucking shelled, guys. It both can happen. And then we get into the other side of this pitching matchup. And the same freaking thing can happen here. Framber Valdez is 6-3 with a 2.64 ERA and 12 starts. He's been solid all year. If you look at his splits, he does have a 4.15 ERA at home and a 1.61 at road. Well, that was one bad game in fucking April, guys. We're in the middle of the June, and you take out that, and the dude's been a stud. 3 games versus the White Sox last year, 6+ innings in each game, in the first 2 games, giving up 2 earned runs and 4 earned runs, respectively. And we know how the White Sox smoked lefties last year. Then he got fucking rolled up and lit in the playoffs by this same White Sox team. So 3 games, he's given up 2 earned runs or more versus this team. And I've got to expect the same. This team right now is that team from last year. They are walking 22nd in the league, not good, 7.7%. They're not striking out, 22%. And they are second average OPS with a 365 average and a 995 OPS collectively over the last 3 weeks versus lefties. Good fucking God almighty, are they crushing lefties, and are they just bending them over the knee and raping them? Like, dude, they are fucking whooping them. So what's going to come out? Framber Valdez being a beast like he has been all year? Or Framber Valdez getting his little ass handed to him. So they got his K prop at 6+ -118, 5.5 on prize picks, and his fantasy scores at 31.5. I'd be looking at his fantasy score under, guys, personally. I think he goes out and gets whopped. We will talk about these hitter props. White Sox pin over the last 30 days, 4.4 ERA, 20th in the league, and the Astros pin is 5th, 2.61 ERA over the last, over the last 30 days. No run first inning is at a -125 in this game. So what are we going to look at? Andrew Vaughn, guys, only 5 at-bats versus Valdez, 1 extra base hit, and that was a home run. So he's 3 for 5 with an extra base hit. Not a lot. Then you get into how is he lefty versus righties? Well, versus lefties, he's batting .372 versus righties .295. His slugging jumps up from 467 to 600 versus lefties. And an absurd 827 jumps up to a 935 OPS. So this guy hits righties and lefties all year round. His hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ is at -139. His 2+ bases is at +110. I'm playing his fantasy score over 5.5. That's just too low on prize picks for a guy that hits lefties and righties. And this whole team hits lefties and righties. Let's get into Abreu. He is 1 for 7 off of Valdez, but this bet I had to put in just for general purpose off of principle, guys. 2+ bases for Abreu is at +154. Jose Abubu has been riding that fucking magic carpet for us all fucking year long on this show, guys. So why not stop now? And why are we going to do it when he's 1 for 7? Well, 1 for 7 to me isn't enough at bats. I need 15 at bats to actually be like, okay, you really fucking can't hit this guy. That means you just didn't hit him a couple times, bro. At the end of the day, Jose Abreu destroys left-handed pitching. 318 average compared to a 261. His slugging jumps up 180 points from 420 to 596. And his OPS goes from a 780 to 1,000. So Jose Abubu plus 154 for his 2+ bases. That's just disrespectful. And sign me up, please and thank you. On the other hand, we got Berger, guys. 2+ bases is at minus 106. He fucking smokes lefties himself too. His average goes up 130 points from 220 or 170, 227 to a 400. Slugging goes from a 400 to an 800. And his OPS goes from a 6 to a 12. Everything doubles versus lefties. Granted, you are going to see a top 3 bullpen after Valdez, but all this tells me this is a White Sox smash spot or an over smash spot, guys. So I still haven't figured out if I'm going to go with a White Sox team total or the over full game or which way I want to bet it. But I definitely want to pick on Valdez. So I think that yes, good pitching will be good hitting, but they've got his number. They've seen him. They've got 2 runs off of him or more every time they've seen him. Why not at least 2 or 3 now? Their team total's out of 3, guys. They wouldn't even give me a first half team total because these books think Framer Valdez is going to go out and deal. And can they be right? Yes, they can be right. I can definitely be wrong, but I think they get to him. And even if it's 3 runs in 6 innings, that's a quality start. But that gets me to where I need to be in life. So yeah, shout out to you guys for fucking hanging in there. Smash the fucking like, hit the share, hit the retweet, and we're going to get into the one. So I did bet the plus 154, 2+ bases on Abreu, and I did bet Michael Brantley's 2+ hits, runs, RBIs at minus 122. Michael Brantley is 6 for 12 off of Giolito. That's a batting average of 500. He's got an isolated of 500 also, guys. Like 1 double, 2 home runs. Yeah, Altuve's got good numbers. There's a lot of good guys on this team who have really good numbers off of Giolito, and I expect Brantley to get a hit and to either have an RBI or get brought in. Either which way is possible in this game, and they also got, like I said, the 20th bullpen over the last 30 days. So if they don't get to Giolito, I expect Brantley still to do what he's done lifetime off of him. And 12 at-bats is a lot. 6 for 12 is real. And hits, runs, RBIs is the spot I want with him. Now we get into, like, my favorite fucking part. And I know we usually talk about 4 fucking games, but no, I broke down 6K props that I wanted to bet. I bet 3 before the show. 2 I already had written up that I wanted to do the night before, and that was Rodon and Scooble. I then did the write-up on Boz. I did the write-up on a few more, and then after staring and staring and staring, we got another 4th K prop that I bet. So let's get to these K props, and let's get to the reason why you really guys came here today. The reason to make money. So I see you, chat. AOD, my motherfucking guy, Real Deal Prime, JPZ, Guillermo motherfucking Zartucci, the best horse handicapper I know. Yeah, I said it. If you don't follow G, guys, you probably fucking should. He's been putting money on my family's table for a long time. So let's get into these K props, the shit that gets my dick hard. So yeah. First one up, Shane Baz. His prop was at 5+ at plus 106. They're not offering him on Prize Picks. Once again, another first-round pick from the Pirates. That got traded. And that's going to be a beast like Joe Musgrove was, like Garrett Cole was, like every other fucking guy that leaves fucking Pittsburgh becomes a dominant pitcher. So this guy was drafted in the first round by the Pirates in 2017, 12th overall. And the Rays got him. And what do the Rays do better than anything else? They produce pitching better than anybody else. And if they went and got Shane Baz, they wanted Shane Baz. So let's get into why they wanted Shane Baz, guys. I know a lot of people. I know one person told me earlier, like, it's the over in this game. This guy's got a 19 ERA. I died laughing, guys. I rolled over. I'm like, he's pitched 1 game. and he got hit. And I wasn't on him there. It was Minnesota. And the spot didn't say to be on him there. But I definitely watched the game because it was Shane fucking Boz, guys. And Shane Boz is elite. He has a K per nine over the last 2 years in the minor leagues of 13. 13 strikeouts per 9 inning. This guy is a legit 3-4 pitch. He's got a solid 3, but he does use 4. He is a legit pitcher, guys. And now he gets a team that is walking 23rd in the league, 6.9%. Striking out 4th in the league the last 15 days, 25.4%. 22nd average, 13th OPS. So a 214 average and a 716 OPS. They do have an isolated power of 219. So, will Baz give up a couple home runs today? Probably. That's what that isolated power tells me. But all those other numbers tell me that they're going to struggle versus a kid that they've never seen before. And this kid is A-plus stuff, guys. This isn't a future ace of the Rays organization, and there will be a time when we will not see 5s on this kid. So let's jump on Baz while the getting is good. And yeah, don't be number one bullshit guy. Yeah, eyes on the road. Click, 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 click. Bong load time every time we hear click, 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 click. But yeah, there's the first K prop I bet. Now we're gonna get into the second K prop I bet. And I know for my record, I keep track of everything as 1 win, 1 loss, whatever, guys. I do bet props differently, and not all bets should be the same. And the last few days, if you don't catch the drift when I say this is my best bet, that means I probably have more money on that. So my best bet, the one I do have more money on today, guys, is Carlos Rodon. It is at a minus 150. One of my buddies got him at a minus 130, and some of them actually paid minus 160. I have this guy getting 9 strikeouts today, guys. Do I want to bump it up? No. I don't need to risk it. I got a big enough bet on this 6.5 that we're just going to kick back and relax. We've been picking on this Pirates team with the right lefties, guys, over the whole month. And I don't play every lefty. I've stayed off quite a few lefties, and not every lefty cashes. But when we get the spots, guys, we get the fucking spots. And this is a fucking beautiful spot for one of the best strikeout pitchers from the left-handed side. And he is my favorite pitcher from the left-handed side, not wearing a Dodger uniform. Because that would be Clayton motherfucking Kershaw. And that would be why we already have 22 likes. Because we preach that 22 on this show. So let's get to 30 while we get into Carlos Rodon and why we're smashing him today. 3.19 ERA. Fine. 65 innings with 83 strikeouts. Even better. So, this is why he falls into a smash spot for the first time in over a month. We haven't talked about smashing Rodon for a while. We've actually said wait and see. We need to kick back. This guy needs to just figure some stuff out. He figured it out versus a fucking Dodgers team last week, guys, that is hitting, guys. They may be not scoring runs, but they are hitting. And now he gets a team that's not. They're not just hitting. They're not walking. They are 26th in the league over the last 3 weeks at 6.5%. League average 8.5%. They are first in the league at striking out to lefties at a 28.2 strikeout percentage, guys, over the last 3 weeks. League average 21. Whoa. So we're killing them league average with this walk percentage. We're killing them league average in the strikeout percentage. Let's get into more, though, guys. 213 average, 26th in the league, and a 636 OPS, 25th in the league. They're not walking, they're not striking out, and they're not fucking hitting, guys. Carlos Rodon should roll here, and we are on him, and we are on him tough. Carlos Rodon will be putting money on our table tonight, guys, and yeah, let's just keep riding spots when spots are need to be ridden in, guys. And this spot says we will make our money. So let's get to it. Next game I broke down. Did I want to bet Robbie Ray? I wanted to, but I can't. Let's get into why I can't. Robbie Ray versus the Angels. K prop is 7+ minus 143. They do have him at 6.5 on Price Picks. He's been more hit than this year. And his last 3 games are versus top 10 left-handed hitting teams. So now he gets a team that's he hasn't seen since 2015. Big plus to Robbie Ray. And they're fucking struggling. We just seen Anderson go out there and almost no-hit him. And over the last 3 weeks, they're walking 21st in the league at 7.7%. Not good. They're not striking out, 22.5, but they're not hitting, guys. And 194 average is 30th in the league, and 29th OPS at a 551. Isolated power of a 0.94. So I expect Robbie Ray to be out there 6-7 innings tonight, guys, and that's where I see those strikeouts being there. I cannot bet on a pitcher that's been bad, though, guys. I just, at the end of the day, he needs to turn it around and figure out some shit. Like, he's been bad versus shitty teams this year. So, should he get his strikeouts today? Yes. Am I off of it? Yes. Everything other than the strikeout numbers, and once again, numbers aren't everything. They're like lawyers. They don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't tell you the whole truth. And a lot of dumb fucks who give out K props will look at a walk and strikeout percentage and be like, oh, I see no plays today. Man, to stop fucking with it. Anybody can look at numbers, bro. Why don't you have a field of the game, too, and dig in between some numbers? And, yeah, why don't you do a little more work than that? So, yeah, let's get to it. That's the reason why I'm off Robbie Ray. I can't hate anybody who will be on Robbie Ray. The number says he should be out there 6-7 innings. I'm just not betting on a guy who hasn't been good. And then the next guy, I know a guy got at me this morning, said he was on Mackenzie Gore, so I broke it down. Am I on Mackenzie Gore? No, but the next prop I am on, and that's the prop I didn't tweet out, and that's the prop this show's going to get, because a lot of people tried to pull shady and be like, oh, he gave his props out on Twitter, so why we need to pull up in, and well, because I fucking am a fucking prop junkie, and you can find me under a bridge betting props. But, yeah, let's get to it. Mackenzie Gore, 5+ at plus 118, 4.5 on Price Picks, coming off a thrashing from these Rockies. Now gets him in a back-to-back in Colorado for the first time. So, he does have a crazy 10.73 K per nine, and he's going up against a team over the last 3 weeks. By the numbers, just aren't hitting lefties, but they crushed the shit out of him. 7.8 walk percentage, 21st in the league. 19.2 strikeout percentage, 19th in the league. 241 average, which is 20th, and a 675 OPS, which is 20th, and a measly isolated power of 76. So, pretty much if it wasn't for Gore, these numbers would be fucking putrid. And Gore's a good pitcher. So, Gore's already shown me he can pitch on back-to-backs. He's checked that box for me. What he hasn't checked for me is pitching in Colorado. So, Colorado, if you don't know, you should know. Elevation really does mean something. It's not just about balls being hit out the fucking yard. It's also about spin and balls not breaking the way that they're used to breaking at regular sea level, guys. So, I had to take a wait and see with Shane Bieber the other day. Shane Bieber went out there and fucking showed he can pitch in Colorado. And at the end of the day, not losing money is also is winning at the same time, guys. Even if he wins and I didn't bet it, I learned a valuable lesson. Learning lessons is worth money, guys, and that's what you need to realize. You shouldn't just put your money on a lean. Take your lean into the game and see if you were wrong or right, and then take that lean into the next bet. Okay? Leans are not meant to be bet. Leans mean you're leaning, but there's something in your fucking gut saying, why? Okay? And at first, this was a lean for my next one. But then, I'll get into why I did bet it. So, yeah, Mackenzie Gore is a straight kick back and watch game for me. Can he get his strikeouts? Yes. He's shown me he can go back-to-back and dominate. He did get lit. I do expect a bounce back, but I've never seen this kid pitch in Colorado, so I need to see it personally. So that's why I'm going to pass on Mackenzie Gore. On the other hand, I was going to pass on Hunter Green. We're not passing on Hunter Green, guys. Cincinnati Red, Orange County, LA native, beast. So before I break this down, we see 40 live. Smash the damn like if you already haven't. 27, 30 is the minimum. So I know you guys are going to get that while I tell you why we're betting Hunter Green tonight. And shout out to the ones that stayed in here and that are getting this K prop because I'm not tweeting this one out until we win it, guys. And is what it is. Hunter Green, 3-7, 5.10 ERA. Yuck. Good. Okay, I get that. 79 Ks in 60 innings. I like that. He is an example of hit or miss, but he is a fucking kid. He is a rookie. He is going to have his learning curves. And this kid's actually learned a lot faster than I thought he was going to learn, guys. So let's get into it. He has faced the Brewers twice. May 5th, got shellacked. 2.2 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. May 10th on a back-to-back, 5 days later, my birthday. Once again, we believe in signs. When signs talk to you, you got to listen. 5.1 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and only 6 strikeouts. So he was better, but the strikeouts weren't there. And usually on a back-to-back, the strikeouts aren't going to fucking be there, bro. They've seen you. They know what you're going to do. But you know what? It's been since May 10th. They have seen plenty of pitchers since then. That is Shane Green still the same guy? That's the question. And no, he's not. If you go, but shout out to my guy Noli Knows in here, guys. Because Noli knows a lot of things about baseball. And he brought this to my attention a few weeks ago and I didn't bet Green, but it was a wait and see and let's watch, guys. A valuable lesson that I learned by watching. So, Green was too predictable. Once again, that was a Scooble problem at one time, guys. And we'll talk about Scooble at the end. He is our last K-prop that we need to talk about because we're totally Scooble fucking backers on this show, but we're also the ones who tell you don't bet them too. So we know Tyreek Scooble better than most. We have a very good read on Tyreek Scooble, and we'll get into Tyreek Scooble after why we're on Hunter Green. So 3 weeks ago, Hunter Green started talking about he was being too predictable and that he knew he needed to not be so predictable. And he has since then been working on that and has 7 strikeouts in the last 3 games in each of the last 3 games. So, what are we going to look at then? Well, yesterday, the same ass team that he's going up against, the Brewers, faced Tyler Miguel of the Mets. And I told you guys yesterday I wanted to smash Miguel if I knew he was going a full 5 innings worth of work. He went 3.1 innings and had 6 strikeouts versus these Brewers. Okay? All right. Miguel's hurt. Miguel was hurt last game. He came off the IL, got rocked again, and he got put back on the IL last night. So you can't really judge how Miguel is right now, guys. We don't know what's really wrong with him. So let's just throw out how he got hit. Let's not throw out the 6 strikeouts. Miguel is a B-rated version of Hunter Green. Hunter Green is the A-rated, is the A series of this. They are a fastball slider. Yes, they have another pitch, but predominantly fastball slider pitchers. Except Green's fastball hits 102. And his slider just has a little bit more fucking nastiness to it. So we are getting an A-rated version of a guy who knows he's been too predictable and is setting himself up not to be that guy. So we're going to bet on a kid who knows his issues and his problems and is actually working on them. And versus a team walking 18th in the league, 7.3%, striking out 4th in the league, 25.3%, 216 average and a 608 OPS, 25th OPS, 23rd average, and an isolated power of 111. Everything here says play Hunter fucking Green, guys. So I'm going to play Hunter Green. I was a little bit fucking scared, and I've been a pussy at times with Hunter Green, but at the end of the day, Miguel is the B-rated version, and he got 6, dude. What was I thinking about, guys? Like, Hunter Green's getting us our money today. And the last person who's getting us our money, probably the favorite person on this whole fucking show, because he's won us a lot of money by laddering him. Tyreek fucking Scooble. I am the Scooble Whisperer, guys. And did I think I was going to get a 5.5 at like a minus 150? Yes. And I got a 6.5 at a plus 106, and I bet it. I expect 7 to 9 strikeouts. Do I want to ladder him here? It doesn't say to ladder him, but do I expect him to be up there in that 9-10 category? Yes. But the one number that I look at, which I can't just give you all my fucking information because we already seen how that works out. If I just give you my plays, y'all don't show up. So let alone I told you what I look for in certain guys, but all the numbers say fucking run for your fucking lives right now with Scooble. You could probably got guys betting the under out there, betting the K prop under on Scooble today that give out under props or something. I don't fucking know, guys. Looking at the numbers, it says Texas is crushing the ball. They're 11th in the league, average 269 versus lefties over the last 3 weeks. They're 7th OPS with an absurd isolated power of 278. Good fucking God Almighty. Am I running into a train today? I may fucking well be. But this doesn't just fall into one of my categories with Scooble. It falls into two of my categories. And that means it falls into the third. So this checked all my fucking boxes, guys. Yes, does he give up some fucking runs a day? Yeah, he probably fucking does. I'm not betting him to go out there and win the fucking game. I'm not betting an under and over in this game. I am betting a strikeout. And the numbers that I look for with Scooble is fucking there. And it is there. If this team wasn't hitting, I'd be laddering it. But the fact that they are hitting, I'm just gonna kick back and cash it with 7. And I'm gonna keep cashing this guy. I got a great read. Someone asked me to play him last week, and I said, dude, he's either gonna have 5 or 6, and I'm off. And he had 5, and it was that same number that screams to me today that says, "My Lord and Savior Jesus Scooble will be paying your dinner tonight, Sharpie." So gotta love us some Scooble on this show. So shout out to you guys. 4K props I bet is Shane Baz over 4.5 at plus 106. He is going up against the team walking 23rd in the league over the last 15 days, striking out 4th in the league, 214 average with a measly 716 OPS. Yes, they do have an isolated power of 219, which means yes, he can give up a few runs, but all the other numbers say he should get us our 5 strikeouts. He averages 13 strikeouts per 9 in the minors, and he has 20 strikeouts in his first 15 innings of big league work. This guy is the truth, and jump on Boz while you can. The other prop we're going to be betting is Carlos Rodon. This guy is in a ladder spot, but they're not going to pay me enough for laddering him up to the 9-10. So I'm going to take my 6.5, and I'm going to run to the fucking bank. I did bet it at a minus 150, and on this show you'll hear me talk about not going past minus 150. I win it over a 60% clip. Minus 150 means you need to win at a 60% clip, or else you're just fucking paying someone else's bills, guys. So Carlos Rodon will be paying our bills tonight, guys, and the bookies are going to fucking hate us. We're getting a smash spot here. 6.5 walk percentage, 26 in the league, 2.5% off league average, or 2% off league average. First in the league at striking out versus lefties at a 28.2, 213 average, 636 OPS, 26 and 25th. Yeah, this is a Rodon get right spot, guys. And he's already shown us last week versus the Dodgers. He's gotten right. So Rodon to the house personally. We are also going to be on Tyreek motherfucking Scooble, guys. Over 6.5 at plus 106. Why? Because I'm that fucking guy. And I know when to play Scooble. And even though the numbers today say don't, the shit I look for says do. And not everything's in the numbers, guys. So yeah. Then we bet Hunter Green. At the end of the day, this team's not walking and they're striking out and they're just not hitting. And on top, Hunter Green over the last few weeks have been working on not being more predictable. 102 fastball with a nasty wipeout slider. Yeah, bud, go out there and do the damn thing for us. Get us that 7 strikeouts at minus 114. Please and thank you. And on price picks, it was pretty simple today, guys. We're taking Rafael Devers over 1.5. It's at minus 140 on the books. They're giving it to us at price picks at even value. This guy crushes lefties and righties, and he crushes righties even more. So Wainwright is a spinner of the baseball. He is really good at it, but if he misses his spot with a guy like Rafael Devers and how hot this guy fucking is, he is taking him over the green monster, or at least bouncing him off. So we're getting a minus 140 prop on a even money parlay with prize picks. So yeah, sign us the fuck up. And then Scooble. I'm already betting him at 6.5. They're giving us a 6 at minus 179. That is a Mando play for me on Prize Picks. Like, thank you. And then I believe the last thing I ran was Vaughn over 5.5 fantasy score. This guy is just crushing righties and lefties versus righties. He's going up against the lefty, mind you, but versus righties, he's batting 295, jumps up to a 372. His slugging versus righties is a 467, jumps up to a 600. His OPS versus righties is 827, jumps up to a 940. This guy hits lefties and righties. They have his 2+ hits, runs, RBIs at a minus 140. We've got a team, Abreu, Berger, all these guys, Grandal, hit lefties really fucking well, and they're hitting at a 365 team rate right now and an absurd OPS of 995 over the last 3 weeks. Let's not get cute and yeah, Vaughn, just get on and someone's bringing you in or you're scoring. So 5.5 is just too low for a guy with really good numbers right now. The 2 props I did bet batting wise today is Jose Abreu. Yes, he does have bad numbers, 1 for 7 off Valdez. If you listen to me on this show, it's pretty damn simple, guys. I need 15 at bats, especially versus Jose Abubu, who's super hot. He smashes fucking lefties compared to righties. Average 261 goes to 320. Slugging from 420 goes to 510. OPS goes from 780 to 1,000. So this guy just jumps through the roof versus lefties. He's going to have 2 to 3 at bats at least versus Valdez, and 2+ bases at plus 154. That's way too off for a guy who fucking makes his fucking bread and butter off of hitting lefties. So sign me up for that. On the other hand of this game, we got Michael Brantley. He's 6 for 12 off of Giolito, 500 batting average, 500 isolated power. He hasn't taken a walk. So, yeah, this guy sees him really fucking well. And then you go through the lineup, and a lot of people see him well. So I want his hits, runs, RBIs at minus 122 at 2+. Like, that's just a knock and a run or a knock and someone in an RBI. Like, this is super doable. I think they can get to Giolito, and if not, they do have action at a 20th ranked bullpen over the last 30 days. So, shout out to the chat, guys. You be fucking rocking. Finally showed up today. Got the crew up in here. I see you all rolling. I see Crocodile spamming. And, yeah, if you don't know already, I bet 4K props today. 3 I gave out on Twitter, another one on this show. Go back through the K-prop section and see what I'm betting. We will be cashing today really well. Christmas in June and in May has been fucking wonderful for us, guys. And I look ahead to the schedule 2-3 days every day. At the end of the night, when the games are ending down, I always just looking through, baked off my ass, looking at who's pitching. And I seen this day from 3 days ago and was like, oh, bro, I blew a load, dude. So, gotta get that money, baby. It's that time. So, shout out to you guys. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. You guys fucking rock. We're gonna keep fucking the bookies in the eye hole, guys. Go on over to Prize Picks if you haven't. Use promo code PubSports. Why? Because I'm fucking them up over there. Back-to-back sweeps on Prize Picks, guys. Jump on the train. Use promo code PubSports. Your first match deposit up to $100. They are going to match deposit it. So, yeah, stop sleeping. Tell your friends about it. Just probably don't tell a female because I got a dirty fucking mouth, guys. And unless they like money, they're not going to like me. So until fucking next time, let's keep this shit rolling and let's keep Twitter booming with our winning plays.